Good afternoon. Welcome to the sunny side on 92.3 Nigeria Info. It is a rainy, cold Wednesday, but I intend to make it bright and as exciting as possible for you on the show. 23 minutes gone past 12. I am Gabriella. We're going to kickstart a conversation today on the show with our governor's wives. Yes, let's turn the attention. Let's turn the floodlights to our governor's wives. Well, they have come out to raise alarm that is under the Governor's Wives Forum of Nigeria. They came out to raise alarm over insecurity. They talked about a lot of issues and how their influence has helped in certain areas. So we're going to be talking about what role they might play in our fight against insecurity. It's 1 o'clock, the news update. It's 1:30, SMEs and startups. It's a Wednesday, so I'm going to be talking to a guest who will take us into the world of business and entrepreneurship on that hour. At 2 p.m., we're going to wrap up the conversation with 2023 in focus. The next presidential elections, specifically. Now, the North Central leaders are demanding for that ticket for presidency in 2023. We'll find out the reasons why on that hour. You're welcome.
Different ideologies,
different perspectives.
Share your views on the sunny side.
92.3 Nigeria Info.
Let's talk.
Let's talk.
Welcome back to the conversation. It begins now. Wives of state governors, under the auspices of the Nigerian Governors' Wives Forum, on Monday came out to decry the worsening security situation across the country, even as they also expressed concern with the rate of poverty, joblessness, among, other Nigerian social ills. So, they also at that event declared their readiness to work with their husbands who are the governors of our states in Nigeria to tackle the alarming headlong. Now, the chairman of that forum, the wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Bisi Fayemi, she disclosed this while addressing newsmen at the end of a meeting at the Nigerian Governors Forum Secretariat in Abuja to appraise the work of governors' wives against gender-based violence. 1 year after it was created last year. At the wake of the increase of gender-based violence occasioned by the pandemic, COVID-19, and the lockdown. Now, according to her, Mrs. Fayemi, she said, and I quote, "We are concerned about the security situation and the impact it has on women and children. We are also concerned about the job crisis in the country, which is gradually consuming a whole lot of young people." End of quote. She also said that members of the forum were committed to supporting their respective state governments in making sure that they work alongside their husbands to improve the quality of lives of their citizens. Now, according to her, in June 2020, during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, a number of the first ladies in Nigeria came together and decided to start a project looking at gender-based violence. That was when they started working, started a working group known as Nigerian Governors' Wives Against Gender-Based Violence. According to her, the objective at that time was to draw attention, to the way in which gender-based violence had become a pandemic in and of itself during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I quote her, "One of the first things we did as governors' wives at that time was to convince our husbands at the Nigerian Governors Forum to declare a state of emergency on gender-based violence." On the 10th of June 2020, the state of emergency was declared, and what this meant was that the governors decided to go back to their respective states and prioritize the issue of laws, policies, and resources that were required to mitigate gender-based violence in the country. End of quote. So, if our governors' wives can so influence their husbands, state governors, in an important matter as gender-based violence. The big question now is, what role do you expect them to play in the fight against insecurity across the nation? Can they also go ahead and convince, in her words, Mrs. Fayemi's words, convince their husbands, the state governors, to do something about the level of insecurity in their respective states? If our first ladies have that much influence over their husbands, who are the governors, what should they be doing? What do you expect them to be doing at this time about all of the issues and social ills that we're experiencing? So these are some questions I'd like for you to answer. Help me understand. What exactly do you think we should begin to expect? Yes, I know that constitutionally there are roles and roles that a first lady and that office play. But I'm taking cue from what the Ekiti State Governor's wife, Mrs. Bisi Fayemi, stated, saying that they convinced their husbands, the governors, to declare a state of emergency on gender-based violence. Applaudable, as a matter of fact. Very good. But right now we're faced with even greater problems, especially with our safety, especially with protection of lives and property. Insecurity right now is our number one problem. So should we also be beckoning on our first ladies to please convince your husbands to rise to the occasion and do what needs to be done in terms of insecurity? Do you think that in this regard the first lady should play such a role in tackling these challenges? And to what extent do you think a first lady's influence can reach? And I also want to know, if you're in River State, if you're in Bayelsa, if you're in Calabar, if you are in Delta States, how active is your first lady? The phone lines are open, so let's talk. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007, or the female line 0817-923-0009. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm Comrade Kabari.
Go
I'm
ahead.
from Banwe Kuklan in Lugoni.
Talk to me.
The governors, there's nothing they can do. Nothing. They have absolutely nothing they can do. You see, right inside their bedroom, they should carry out these assignments. And if they go scot-free, just like the guy that slapped the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, did. If they can go scot-free like that, the way that guy will be set free, they know that they have the power to influence their husband to make certain beneficiary decisions to Nigerians. Let me tell you, they should attempt to slap their husbands and see whether their husband will buy into their influence.
Honestly, I
The
don't even...
people you have now are Catholic. They are emperors.
I'm sorry. I'd like to speak to Hector. Hector calling from Ozoba. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My contribution is the first lady of River State. She has not been that active because she is fully a civil servant. She is a justice, so she has not been active on the role of the first lady. That's what I think in River State.
Okay. But to the other question, do you think perhaps the first lady, that office across Nigeria, do you think there is a role that she can play, especially with tackling insecurity?
Yes, there's a lot of role she will play because the wife is the closest person to the husband. And she's a woman. That natural calling as a woman, not seeing people to suffer, they have a lot of role to play. Because whatever they tell their husbands makes a difference in terms of what an outsider, they are the first special advisor to their husbands. before the general social advisors that everybody knows. So they have a lot of role to play.
Okay.
They have a lot.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Hector. The WhatsApp number is 0809-030-6416. On Facebook, we're streaming live, so you can join the conversation on there at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH on Facebook. Talking about Facebook, Justice Ori says they should introduce or initiate pet projects that will educate and encourage their fellow women on how to cater for their children so they can't suffer insecurity, and how women can be security conscious anywhere and at any time. All right, thank you very much, Justice Ori, for your thoughts. I've got Imaman on the line calling from a chair. Hello, Imaman. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Talk to me.
You see, on the issue of office of
the First Lady.
It has nothing to do in terms of insecurity. It has nothing to do. So the only way to address the issue of insecurity is that the government should provide jobs for the youth. They should employ the youth. They should get the job and get the environment. And just for the youth. I go. Since the instruction of this institution, when in terms of human capital development, what have they done in terms of employment and environment? Nothing. From since 2015 to date, nothing has been done in terms of combating the rate of unemployment. They are there for selfish interest. Look at a lot of people aggregated from the different institutions. They are not the work. It's unfortunate. No justice has been created, nothing. They are there for selfish interest. That's actually the angle. Create employment for the youth, for them to see something to do. That is all. What is the office of First Lady? What is that? She has nothing to do in terms of insecurity. Nothing. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for sharing. Let's speak to Progress. Progress is calling from Elele. Good afternoon, Progress.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Why I will applaud and probably welcome the advice of our able governor's wife to our governors for the good of Africans and Nigerians in particular. I would want to say that you don't need any association for that. In fact, my sister, is it not obvious that when we copy things from the developed world, we copy the wrong thing? Have you ever heard of the governor's wife of the United States of America Association? Wow. Are they looking for another platform to start the money, our collective resources? The governor, when he was contesting for office as a president or as a governor, did they showcase their wife? So what is the business between their wife and the state or and the government? So as far as I'm concerned, their role is advisory. And when you are advising somebody, you don't need association. We don't need any association. We don't need any budget to run any association in the name of our duty is to advise. Let them advise their husbands in the bedroom and leave our.
I'm sorry. That is derogatory progress. You cannot say advice in the bedroom. You know, there's so many other things that women are capable of doing, not just bedroom matters.
See, an association, we need a constitution. Is it not? And a member will be required to be, a membership will be drawn. What I'm saying in essence is that they can function as governor's wife. It's not that because I use the term bedroom that the advice must be in the bedroom. It could be on the radio, but it must not be an association. And they don't need to speak as a body. They should speak as women of Nigeria, trying to speak for the good and advise their husband for the good of everybody in Nigeria.
All right. Oh, sadly, I lost the rest of that call progress as well as Daniel from Imoge. Do please call back 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003. You can also call 0817-923-0007 or 0817-923-0009. On WhatsApp, it's 0809-030-6416. On Facebook now, Anthony Friday says, I think the wives have a serious role to play. They can easily reach the soft spot of their husbands and convince them on the role of job creation by engaging the youth in a meaningful activity, thereby keeping the youth out of unlawful activities. By so doing, the society will be peaceful. All right, Anthony, thank you very much for your thoughts. I've got Martins on the line. Martins is calling from Agri. Good afternoon, Martins. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. The program this afternoon. The wife of the governor has nothing to do with insecurity. What the government needs to do all over the nation, the problem all over the nation is lack of joblessness. When the youth are not engaged, what do you expect? They said an hungry man is an angry man. That is what is. The watering height of this country is alarming. Look at every day, fighting, quarreling, killing, and we have come back to the dark age. That is what I'm calling about the watering height. The country situation in this country is very too much because of joblessness among the youth. So the government should initiate a program that will engage youth meaningfully so that this act of killing, fighting every day will reduce. Look at in the developed world, they engage youth and the young ones in sport activities, in movie ventures, so that because they know that when these youth are vulnerable, because they know when they are engaged, these things of quarreling, fighting, and the kind of thing will be reduced. When they are traveling outside, they see all this thing, but when they are coming back, they come back with nothing. It's the bad thing they want to learn to bring into this country. The good thing they learn out, they see outside, they will not bring into this country. So for the government to reduce this crisis in this nation is to create jobs for the youth. That is the only way out to save this nation. Else, we are going to the chaotic situation in this country, and then whatever we expect will be upon the leaders.
All right. Thank you very much for your thoughts, Martins. Remember, you can join the conversation via Facebook as well. We're streaming on there, so you can watch as you comment on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Marcus Victor says, advising your husband regularly, especially when they are... oh dear, I'm going to just skip that part. Advising the husband regularly to create an enabling environment for small business enterprise to strive. And enough of flyovers. He should now focus on capacity building, human capacity building, thereby creating jobs for teeming youth in River State. All right. Thank you very much for your thoughts, Victor Marcus. Back to the phone lines. Good afternoon. Oh dear. To call me back, I've got Ima on the line. Ima is calling from NTA Road. Good afternoon, Ima.
Yeah, Gabby.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Very well.
I want to start by giving you these two instances. America has so advanced that today they have opened their economic gate to the whole world after satisfying their citizens that are more than 500 million. They have opened their economic gate. And they have They have asked all the citizens of the world to come, those that are genuine. As I'm talking to you now, more than 9 million Nigerian citizens are in America. Let me come to our place, Africa. South Africa has opened her economic gate to people to come in after they have satisfied their members, their citizens. As I'm talking to you now, more than 5 million Nigerians in South Africa. When will we come to this level in this country? We are talking of using a wife of the governor. For what? Don't they know what to do? They gave us election promises. We are there now with the simple way they do that. They should fulfill it. Provide work for the youth, millions of youth in the country. Thank you, my sister.
All right, thank you very much for calling, Ima. On Facebook now, this says, hello, Gabby, good afternoon. For me, I think they have a huge role to play in ensuring that our governors are always at par with their duty, constantly reminding them of what they need to do, and also reminding them that all their citizens are human, just like he, the governor, and I, the First Lady. All right, thank you very much for your message, Justina from Ruma Olu. Got back to the phone lines. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gabby.
Good afternoon.
Pinke Daniel Imodeto Zako.
Go ahead.
Yes, for me, they just want to be heard. They cannot make any impact. Rather, let them enjoy the royalties that is accrued to the office that their husband is occupying. And after that, I think the next they can do is learn how their husband.
Are you there?
Yes. I say after that, let them plan how their husband will move to Senate after being a governor. That's all they can do. Thank you.
Really? I see. I don't know how I feel about that anyway. I don't know how that makes me feel, especially the latter part of what you said. Anyway, the phone lines are still open. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007, or 0817-923-0009. Should the First Lady's role just be advisory? Because what many of you have already suggested is, let the First Lady advise her husband. Let the First Lady advise. Let the First Lady advise. Should that be the role of the First Lady? You know, an advisory role, especially for critical economical challenges like the ones that we're being faced with right now. Mr. Zion is calling from GRA. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Gabby.
Good afternoon.
The office of the First Lady cannot be overemphasized. They are all needed strategically and specifically at a time like this. Do you know, amazed how powerful a man may be? It is that woman. What she tells him to do, that's what he will do. Political environment, or democratic or not democratic, theocracy or not theocracy, autocracy or no autocracy, whatever the woman decides, that's what goes on. The Nigerian economy failed because we refuse to understand the office of the wife of the president. We failed to downplay the office of the first ladies of various states. We tend to talk down on that office. Even Mr. President was the one who started it. When he was about to contest, they criticized President Jonathan's office. That what are we going to do with such office? We are going to scrap it. And when I heard that, I know that we are in for tough time. You cannot do away with the mothers of the nation. You cannot do away with that office. That is how we have that ministry today. It's beyond advisory. It's beyond the come and advise me in the bedroom or where. No. When Mrs. Dora Akunyili take over mountain of power in this country, how far? Today we have one who is now what? WTO, right? All this one they served here. What about the one they call Oluremi Oyo, in charge of our education then? We are still going on strike like this. You cannot do away with them. Until we go back to start respecting the office of these women, we'll keep having problems. The office of the president, wife of the president, office of the president and the governor of the state, POWA, Police Wives Association, Army Wives Association, Naval Officers Association, NOAA, mention them all until we respect these offices and organizations. Where they can come together and build us, we will not go further. Look at the time of Miss Madam Babangida, that she came with a project, Better Life for Nigerian Women. These Nigerian women benefited a lot. Of women in Nigeria benefited from that project, because from all the states, they now hook up to the national, which is from Abuja. So whatever they decide in Abuja, it affects all the women in various states and local governments. We should go back to that time, practice how to connect women to our economy and to our politics for things to be better for us. Mr. Zion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zion, for your thoughts. Let's speak to Chris calling from PH Town. Good afternoon, Chris.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, let me talk about, there's one adage in my language that says, if you because of woman, take very well. If the woman is the one is shady. See, anything we do in this world without the advice of our wife, check some of the men that are negative in this world. Sometimes their wife contributes a lot. I know that Mr. President is about to tell was the time those people surrounding him ask him to take the wife away. That's the problem you see that is happening today in the house of Mr. President. When Mr. President told us that the wife belongs to the kitchen and the other room, and those people were happy that time. I know that they are about to destroy Mr. President's administration. And you see those people that give him that advice. The wife of president started shouting, they have hijacked my husband's administration. Some people think that what the woman was seeing that time, they take the woman out of her rock up to now what is happening. They should call that woman and apologize to that woman. The woman should, the wife of president should go back and take care of the home. Something is happening in Aso which we cannot even. When the wife of president told us that people have hijacked my husband's office, my husband, we thought that the woman was not saying anything. See,
all right.
Everything we do in this world, we should repeat. You see, the people that surround Mr. President are the people that are causing the trouble. And they don't want Mr. President to succeed. Sorry,
right, Chris, thank you for your thoughts. Let's move on to other callers. Good afternoon. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Talk to me.
First of all, by the Constitution of Nigeria, the office of the First Lady is not recognized by the Constitution of Nigeria. I don't know who drafted the Constitution. I don't know why it is that way. But it is not recognized. It's a different thing because I heard a lot of your guests talk about women occupying offices and doing great things. They are two different things. A woman occupies a public office and does great things, and a woman as the governor's wife are not the same thing. The woman that occupies a public office and does great things is recognized by the Constitution. The Constitution does not recognize the place of the First Lady, which means a woman can be a governor because now we are looking at it and it looks like we are fighting women because our leaders, most of our leaders, or practically all our governors are men. We are not also looking at it that we could have a female governor and the husband will be relevant. I don't know, we are just looking at it that, because all the people, the president is a man, all the governors are men. We could have a female president tomorrow. We could have a female governor tomorrow. That office of the spouse, I like to put it that way, the office of the spouse of that executive is not recognized. So if they say advisory, okay, because they are just looking at it as the wife. The office of the spouse. So whether it is a woman or it is a man, if they want that office to be recognized, they should get back into the Constitution and draft the Constitution in a way that the Constitution will recognize that office and give power to that office so that there is a seat. And that seat is what is recognized. But now as the Constitution of Nigeria says, I am a woman, I may become a president tomorrow, I may become a governor tomorrow, which means my husband will also be relevant. The office will not be recognized. So it's fine today, the office of the first lady or the governor's spouse to the governor to be from the home, not in the public domain. And that is why, you see, okay, a typical example is our governor in Rivers State, all through his campaign period, we never saw the wife. But in the public setting, she's a judge. She has an office she occupies as a judge. And she's respected in that capacity. But in the political setting, she never came out to campaign for one day because the Constitution does not, whether campaign or she doesn't come to campaign, it's inconsequential, it's irrelevant. So yes, we want a change in that. The constitution should be changed. But now that the constitution is the way it is, that office is not recognized in the eye of the law.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate your thoughts. Quite concisely you put it there, I must add as well. Thank you so much for that. So let's go on to WhatsApp. I've got about 4 minutes left for this conversation. Hello, Gabby. There is nothing like the office of the First Lady in that constitution. Whether she advises the governor or not is their personal resolution. The First Lady has full rights to pursue her dreams in any venture she chooses, as long as it does not go against the direction that the governor is going. She can partner with NGOs, corporate bodies as Mrs. AYZ to further their cause or build their businesses. If she has ideas that can further improve the socio-economic situations of citizens, she can pursue that through targeted projects after getting all necessary approval from government. Deji, thank you so much for your thoughts. Good afternoon, Gabby. Thank you so much for this program. As the governor's wives matter, there is nothing. They have nothing rather to contribute on security issues apart from advising their husbands on the need to create jobs. Security issue is an executive list. Even the governors have little to contribute as security is concerned. Dinkba Kristen sent that in. And this here says, hello, Gabby. If governors' wives want to contest, let them come and contest. The floor is open. We don't need any association. My own advice is they should stay in their houses and advise their husbands not looting. Undu from Oibo says. A final caller. Oh dear, we lost that. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0003. You can also call 0817-923-0007 or 0817-923-0009. Good afternoon. All right, to take a final messages on Facebook. Holly Ebby says, we should all remember that wives of the governor are not being voted in power, so they have limited things to do in power. All right, Oliebi, and this will be a final message. Thank God Otwegu says their husbands didn't fight the insecurity confronting them. Is it them that will fight it? As is happening in Nigeria, Mr. President has already said that their duty is in the kitchen and the inner room. Okay, so I'll try to take a final caller now. Good afternoon. Oh dear, keep losing that. I wonder why. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Talk to me.
My name is Wisdom Kamba. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Go ahead.
Actually, just like the legislative and the judiciary, it's out there to regulate the activities of the executive. I think the office of the wife of the governor can also contribute their quota by regulating the activities of the executive domestically. They may not actually, if actually they are not united, they cannot have a strong voice to bring out their views about the insecurity and whatever thing that's not going right in the state. Because most times, different states have their peculiar problems. But when they have a laid down objective as an association or organization, I think they can make differences in different quotas. It might not be 100%, but I know some states may make some headway through that organization. But once they have a common goal and objectives, I think even if they don't even have to talk to their husband, because it is all over and it is in the public domain, that this is what the governor's wives have agreed on. I think some pathetic husbands, like the husbands that love their home, we give a thought to it, even without being talked to.
All right,
I think
thank
that's
you.
my humble view.
Yes, it makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much for sharing. 3 minutes on the clock. It's 1 o'clock, the news update. Right after the conversation continues, we should be expecting some guests coming. Laura will take over from me on that note. And at 1:30, I'll be back on SMEs and startups. Don't go away.